All right, everyone, what is going on? We are live. Welcome back to the Unconventional Mindset. My name is Onum, and every day, right here on YouTube, we get together and we live stream our process as we work towards building ourselves a company which is going to generate us $1 million in revenue every single year. Last year, we made just under 100K. This year, we're hoping for 250K. We do have a long ways to go before that because we've been just super busy bunkering down into design development mode and just kind of building our product here. And we're going to continue doing that today. And I figured today, I know we were working a couple days ago on the Naked Flow, which is our kind of ready to go, super simple, minimal Webflow template. But I ran into a few issues actually just kind of cleaning it up this morning. So I think I'm going to work on that over the weekend and try to get it ready for Monday. So I figured what we do today is, because I don't know if we've done this yet this week, but we want to keep moving forward and building more components for Piixel pieces. So I figured we do that today, and I was thinking we can probably make some call to action components as well too. We can kind of just mix and match the different components that we have right here and just make, just have a little bit more variety into our components. So we're going to do that today, but before we do that, there's one component that I want to go over here, and so this is for Tupo. So if you're watching, this one's definitely for you because you were asking for this one, and you were looking for a way to make different types of rounded corners into images, so you can kind of put these different cards and have kind of a nice rounded corner look to a specific like hero section or featured section or what have you. So I built this component here, and we're going to get it live here in a second, and then feel free to just download it and have a look at the code and just play around with it. But before, I guess I just wanted to go over real quick just to look at kind of how I made this, just so you can kind of see how it's done and maybe do it yourself. So the one thing that sucks a little bit about this component here is that there is custom code just to make this effect work. So if you can see here, you just basically have a background image with rounded corners, and we have a card right in here which has the text inside, and then there's a rounded corner here, and then there's this kind of reverse rounded corner on this side, and the same thing on this side here. And you can move this to pretty much anywhere you want, anywhere you want it to go, but it's just kind of on this bottom right hand corner here. Aviv, welcome to the stream. Yeah, I remember your name, of course. How you doing? Hope you're doing well today. And Tupo, yeah, how's it going? This one here is for you. So as I said, we're gonna get this one live here soon, but we're just gonna go over it just so you can kind of see what's going on behind the scenes. Okay, so let me zoom in a little bit here. Okay, so basically there's just this custom code here on this page. Actually, we'll just go in here real quick to look at what we have here. So I said I'll be back, and here I am. Yeah, and I appreciate you. Thank you so much for joining and tuning in. Yeah, it's kind of nice though too, because there's probably about a consistent maybe a dozen or so people that kind of join the stream. So I definitely remember your name. So great to have you as always. So, right. Okay. So we have this whole feature one div tag here. So this is kind of the container for everything. And this one here has an overflow of hidden. So everything is kind of hidden that's overflowed. We're actually going to turn this off just for right now, just so you can see exactly kind of what's going to be going on with this part over here. So we have the feature, and then we have just this featured background, which is just the background image. And then I have here a height set to it, which of course you can change to whatever you want. And then the image itself just expands to fit the content. And then inside this feature, we have this card here, and you could have multiple cards or what have you. But this one is positioned absolutely at the bottom, and it's of course absolutely positioned within this feature one, which is positioned relative. So we have that. And within this feature, we have this card here. I think it's on here. We have the border radius, and that border radius, if we can, we can't expand. Oh, there we go. It has a border radius of 2 REMs around this one side here. Okay, so getting into the code. So basically what we did is we used 2 pseudo elements, the before and the after, in order to be able to place these objects on either corner to make that kind of reverse rounded corner effect. And just so you can get a look for what it looks like, we're just going to change the background here. We're going to put the background color to, let's just say red. And this is for the before card. And then we're also going to change the box shadow to another color as well. Because basically what this is doing is it's we're creating basically a rectangle, and we're having that be a specific color, and then we're putting a drop shadow, which is the box shadow with harsh edges around to create that curvature. So we're gonna go here, and we're gonna maybe do this one blue. So if we hit save, right away we can see what's going on here. We can see, and then this is the before element of this feature 1 card. So there's before and then there's after. So what we're doing is we're putting it, because we made it 4x2, so it's 4 REMs high and then 2 wide. And we're creating a background of red, and we're giving it a border radius of 2 REMs on the bottom right-hand corner, which you can kind of see there. And when you give this element as well, the pseudo element, a box shadow, we're giving a box shadow of blue, and then this here dictates how far it's going to stick out. So it's going to stick out 2 REMs. And that gives us our little like reverse corner, I guess you can say. And so in order to hide it, there's a few things that we do to hide it. So number 1, in this feature here, this is why we have the overflow set to hidden. So nothing gets shown above there. And you can see this little blue mark right there. That's what we want to turn white. So in order to do that, again, let's just hide this or show this for a second. We just go back into the code. Blah, 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 blah. Where are we? So instead of having this red, we basically turn it, I put it into RGB and then just make it transparent. So if we save that, we can see that the red turns transparent. And then for the blue, we just change this one to white. And I just kind of have it right here. So we just change it to white. And then we save that, and there we go. That gives us the rounded corner. And of course, if your background was a different color, you could totally do this for a different color. And you could even leave it here and not have an overflow on this main element. But just to keep things clean, I put it overflow to hidden anyways, just in case it was a different color or whatever. And that's basically how you can do that. And you could do it the other way as well, depending if it's on the top right corner or what have you. You just have to switch what part or what angle of your pseudo element is like rounded, right? And just reverse it or flip it or whatever. So that's how you do it. So there's 2 of them. There's one on well, these are both actually kind of the same size, same side. But if you're going to put it onto the other side, you're just going to have to change the box shadow and the border radius to go to the different side of the pseudo element. So you can only do it before and after. So if you wanted to do it on 3 corners, I think you'd be in trouble. But I don't think that would even be possible based on how you position your element. But yeah, so that's how this works. So pretty straightforward. Yeah. So yeah, Tupo, let me know what you think, and if this is kind of what it is that you're looking for. But again, there's lots of cool things. I mean, if you wanted this card to be, if you wanted it up here a little bit more, what you could do is you can move this pseudo element and you can move it to the bottom corner over here as well too. And then this one, you just put the border radius on this side. So there's, if you wanted it here, you go to REM, and then you just move this element to this side and just kind of flip where the little arch is. The one thing to make sure of and to make note of is whatever radius you put on, you want to make sure that within the like within here, you're going to set the width to the same height or the same value of what the border radius is going to be. And then of course, set the border radius the same and set the height double what the width is, just to make sure that you can get the good effect so that the radius is perfectly aligned to what you want. Yeah, so yeah, lots of things you do, but of course, I'm just going to put this one back down to the bottom. Where are we? Where were we? I think right here. Perfect. Okay. Keep this thing from moving too much. All right. So now let's publish this. So this is in our actual Webflow project for our components. So we're going to publish this. And then we're going to add it to Piixel Pieces so it can be downloadable. And I started real quick. It's just these are going to be called features. So I'm going to make more of these as well. And there's going to be more types of different featured sections and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, it's a really good way to try to build your portfolio. So that's awesome. Good to hear. Great content. Yeah, thanks. No, I appreciate it. I'm glad you find it useful. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna make this into a featured section. So this is new. But we need to go into components, and we're basically going to create a new one. What is the height of this component? I think I said 30 REM. So maybe we can probably make it the same. All right. So feature. So that's going to be 30. iframe URL is going to be, we can get it from here. All right. iframe URL. I think this is 1601. This is going to be the first one. We'll make it free so that way you don't have to pay for Piixel Pieces in order to download it. 1601. Oh, right. It's not in the featured. And this is feature 1, I guess. Description. A featured section with rounded corners on the outside and inside of the elements. Yeah, I don't know if that's the right description for it, but we'll go with it. Oh, right, we need the code. So that's should be easy enough. Let's go to Clipboard Inspector. All right, I'm gonna copy this, paste. Right. And copy this one. And paste in there. Oh, right. We need to make an image of this as well. So let's snap our image. I think what we can go is we can go in here. Right. Yeah, and we'll snap a picture or screenshot. Get it about centered. It's about good. Right, we're in Affinity Photo. We're not in Photoshop anymore, so we need to figure out. Well, actually, yeah. Can we open recent component screenshots? Right. Okay, here we go. And paste that in there. I need to zoom out. All right, something like that. Center, center. Okay. I'm going to save this. What? Yeah, around 70 kilobytes export. And we're just going to save this as feature 1. Okay. Sorry, this is a little tedious stuff, but what needs to be done. And open up. Let's go to desktop and feature 1. Okay, I think that's it. So let's create that. Let's just have a look here at, let's go to the components page. And yeah, feature is there. So everything's looking good. Let's go in here and let's go into this. Yep, there it is. The image looks a little bit off. I'm going to just try one. I'm just going to make it maybe a little bit smaller. And center it. Yeah, I'm going to try that. Sorry, just nitpicking here. Feature 1. Yeah, replace, please. And let's go back to here. Components. Delete. And replace. Okay. So if we publish this, this should now be on Piixel Pieces once it's ready. All right, published. So let's refresh. And feature, yep, there it is. And if we copy, well, we can't copy because we're not logged in, but let's log in. And let's make sure that we're working. If we go to feature and we go to copy, and do we have we should have a cut and paste. Here we go. Here's our cut and paste one, which we practice on. Well, and we do lots of other stuff with it, but, and paste. And there we go. So it looks like it's working. So Tupo, yeah, there it is. So let me know what you think, and let me know how it goes playing around with this this component. And if there's any questions or anything that I need to do to, you know, make it better if it's not working or whatever, just let me know. Right. Oh, one thing that we didn't do is we didn't update the number of components. So if we go to components, no, we go to statistics, number of components. Now we're at 126. And I could just publish that. And then this should update to 126. There we go. Cool. So that's good. Yeah, we'll definitely give you the feedback. Yeah, well, I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Okay, so that's done. So let's kind of go back here and let's look at our call to actions. Let's look at them maybe even on the site here. So this is where I think we could make a few different call to actions, because we can take the ones that we already have and just rearrange them a little bit, which gives them a little bit more, which will give them a little bit more variety and different ways of doing things. So, right, and I wonder if we should change the numbers around, depending on what we do. If we want to keep some that are similar, similar area, I'm not sure. Okay, so call to action 2. I want to duplicate this one And then we'll just go with the numbers. Call to action 7. Let's create that. Okay, so we're gonna copy this, and then let's go to our copy and paste project. And I can, what can I do? Make that a little bit bigger. All right. Actually, let's go in FinSuite and let's go to our folders. And let's rename this. Okay. So if we take this, actually, let me. Actually, now I'm thinking about this one. Is there any way that we want to make this one right aligned and right justified? You could flip the buttons around. I don't want to do little things like that. Yeah, I mean, there could be an instance where somebody might want to have this left aligned. So let's see how this ends up looking. Call to action 7. Put this in there. All right, button. And this one is reverse. And just button there. Okay. So I think, I mean, if everything gets aligned like this, but that's not going to align everything here. So I think potentially another way we can do this is if we flex everything, we put it down and align it to the left. That'll be much better. Yeah, and then we just have our left aligned call to action. Or sorry, our right aligned, our right justified. So there's lots of things that we can do or a few things we can do here for this subscription. So let's duplicate this guy. And we're going to call this call to action 8. Copy and paste. So the reason why I'm just taking these call to actions and just modifying them is because I'm really taking, Kevin, I don't think you're here right now, but I'm really taking what you were saying to heart in that I think it's better to have quantity, but also making sure that they're good quality. Better to have the quantity of components, so that way people can just take what it is that they want and be able to build as quickly as possible. And just because there's a high quantity of components doesn't necessarily mean, or doesn't mean at all, that the quality itself is actually bad. So, so really taking that to heart. So it just kind of makes the most sense. Right, where am I? Here we go. call to action 3. I did rename everything. So now we have an issue here with the line height of the input labels, and they're not lining up with the button. I think what we could do to make this work is input button. We can easily do this, and we can give it the same line height, which is 3.4 REMs. 3.4. And that'll make sure the button is the same height as everything else. And it actually would be good to put that in a variable, which we don't have here, of course, is the cut and paste one. Yeah, we don't have, for this one, we definitely don't have the line heights or anything like that in this component one, which I think might not be such a bad thing to do. Okay, so how are the other components? Let me take a look at this one. Let's view this. So this one is okay. So why is it this one that doesn't look okay for me? Interesting. So if we go back to our call to action 3, yeah, that looks fine. But it's for whatever reason when I cut and paste it, it wasn't fine. It still looks slightly off. Could it be also because I'm zoomed in? If I hang on, let's copy this and let's bring it back here. So it looks the same. I'll have to keep an eye on it. I think I'm going to go and I'm going to take note of this and see if there's anything that I need to do with these elements to make them line up nicely. But let's just make sure all of everything is the right color here. Okay. That's good. We're all call to action 8. Right, but the difference between this one is we are going to actually, this here, instead of it being a grid 3 column, call to action 1 grid. Right, that does something right there. Call to action 1 grid. That's aligning everything at the bottom. Okay, that's okay. We're going to completely change this and we're going to put it like this anyways. Call to action 8. We'll call this form container. And we're going to flex it down. And I think we want to limit, well, we want to put a gap in between 0 0.5. A little bit of a margin on the bottom, 0.25. And I think we want to limit the size. We don't want it to span the whole width. So no, I still like it. Not center. Stretch the whole way. But instead, let's give this a maximum width. Maybe say 25 is nice, but the width of 100%. Okay, and then if we go smaller, we should be good. Yeah. Okay, perfect. So that's our call to action 8. And again, do we... that one's 7, yeah. I'm thinking, do we duplicate this one again and just make it left aligned? I think we do. I just don't know what. Yeah. Should know what to do here. We're going to duplicate this one. Call to action 9. Call to action 9. Oh, I didn't check to make sure that the forms are all labeled correctly and all the input fields. Yeah, with the call to action names. Yeah, it's not quite right. This should be 9, 9, 9. And yeah, see why are you saying 10 there? Call to action 9 email. Call to action 9 name. Right. Okay. Copy, delete, and paste. So that's good. The one thing I want to add is an image. And if we look at call to action 6, we want to take, I think we basically just want to copy this one. We copy, paste. We're going to call this 9. All right, copy. And go back here. And paste. And this one, of course, we are going to give it a grid. And a gap. And we want everything to be aligned. No, that's not what we want. Yeah, I think that's what we want. This is what we want. Let's go. Let me just have a look at call to action 6. Yeah, this is grid center aligned. Yeah, with a gap of 2. Okay, we should keep that consistent. However, for this one, do we want to limit its width? I think we should just keep it at 100%. Call to action 6. Where do I put the image? On the top or the bottom? I put the image on the top. That's what makes sense, and that's actually what I'm thinking for this one as well. When we're on at this stage, we are going to it's a question of which. It's always a question of which one should go over top first. What just happened to the image? Did I do something? Why is it not 100%? Right, so let's take this one. I guess we can put this one at the top. See, that's interesting. It just snapped small like that without me doing anything. It must be a Brave browser issue. I guess we're going to put the order first. Then it'll stay the same for here. And then we're still going to keep the 2 REM. Yeah, we'll still keep that because we're not sure what the email is going to end up being. Yeah. Or sorry, we don't know what the image is going to end up being in terms of how much spacing it might need in the bottom. Okay, so form 0 there. That's interesting. Is that an issue in this one as well too? Yeah, it is 0. Okay. All right, so that's call to action 9. And we'll flip it for 10. Duplicate. All right, so we're going to copy that. Remove those old styles. Paste. Oops. We want to, what do we want to do? Right, rename. All right, call to action 10. Change the form to call to action 10. Call to action 10 name. Call to action 10 email. All right. Button. And the difference within this one, we are going to flip the image and the form. And we'll still go with the image on top as well. Perfect. I like that. So I'm going to, oops. Call to action 9. We're going to duplicate this one. 11. Yeah. Okay. Copy, delete. This tends to get so repetitive, but that's okay. Call to action 11. Save our changes. There it goes. All right. So the change we're going to make on this one is we're going to remove the name. Call to action 11 email. Okay, we're going to copy this one. Go in here and paste. Rename the button. Again, everything looking good. Okay. That's good. And I think what we can do for this one is we can make that switch. Can rename everything again. To call to action 12. Save changes. And we'll duplicate this one. Doesn't really matter which one we duplicate here, but call to action 12. Delete this one. Go back here. Copy and paste. That's just regular button. Let's go clear out some of all of our styles, or all these weird buttons. Let's remove all that junk. All right, it'd be nice to have different pictures for the different components. So we'll get there. All right. So right. Now I was thinking we can combine. Well, we could almost make this one a call to action 3. I think we can center this one. Because I think that would be really good. Because that's kind of how I have some of my call to actions, where things are nicely aligned in the center. So let's do that one. Let's go. Actually, let's go. Where? Oh my goodness, where am I? Pages, right? Oh, I'm in the cut and paste. That's why. Okay. Let's just go here for a second. No, that one doesn't need to be updated. 8. This one might need some updating. Yeah, call to action 8. Call to action 8 email. Okay, perfect. And here I updated them. Okay, so that's good. So let's go to call to action 3. Just duplicate that one. And 13. All right, copy. Mm-hmm. 13. Right. Call to action 13. Okay, what I want to do with this whole call to action is we're going to definitely flex this one. We're going to flex it into the middle, but we're also going to align our text. Oh, hang on. Yeah, everything's aligned in the middle except I want the text here, just the text to be lined up in the middle. Yeah, that looks pretty good. I'm trying to think. Yeah, I've done these banners like this before, these call to actions. So I like this. Yeah, that's pretty good. Except for whatever reason this thing has. 100 width and it's not resizing properly. Oh no, it is. There's just no border. It doesn't look like it. There's no padding because this is on the cut and paste. Yeah. Right. So no, this looks good. Paste that here. Yeah, so it looks much better on here. And we're going to duplicate this one. We're going to go 14. And actually, I think we should rename this one 15 because there's one I know I'm going to do in between here. Wow, this is going. Let's duplicate this one again. Okay, this is 15. Did I get that right? Here on 13. Sometimes I always forget. 13. Okay. So this is 15. And 15, okay. And the difference I want to do here is, what's going to be the difference? Right, here we are going to remove this as grid 3 column, but we're going to call it call to action 15. I think it's form container. And yeah, it's already what we want it to be, which is nice. We want to stretch it. And again, I think we want to give this 100%, but then give it a max width here. But we also want to give it our usual gap, 0.35, and then a spacing, of course, on the bottom, 0.25, just so there's spacing for this text size, small. Okay. So that's call to action 15. And I'm going to delete the first name. And this is going to be 16. All right, 16. Okay, copy that. Did we duplicate? I think we need to duplicate this one. Number 16. And button. Okay. And I think we're missing 13. No, we're missing 14, I think. So 13 and 14. Yeah, so this one is basically going to be the same thing as 13, but minus the name, which I'm just, I don't know why I'm updating it here. Right, delete that. What is... No, we need to grid 2 columns, right? Hang on, what is going on with this thing? I just want to... Grid 2 columns. This is... Yeah, this is a little bit too much. Let's go call to action 13. Form container. I don't like how that's working. Let's try it this way here. And margin 0.25. That makes the most sense. And that's, well, let's see what we're like here. Then we're going to, I guess, make it 1 column. Yeah. Which is fine. Okay. So wait, is this grid 13 or does it need, should this be 14? Call to action 13. Yeah, it needs to be 14. I think one of the things too, as I get used to doing these kind of every day and getting back into the groove of things, going back into the old components and making sure that everything is 100% in terms of the code and how I have everything labeled, just to make sure that we are top notch in all of our components. Okay. So if I go like call to action 3 here, it's call to action 1 grid. Like that's not right. Right, this thing doesn't like it when I mess with grids. Okay, we'll fix that later. Well, there's a couple things I know I need to fix. I know what I was thinking because I wanted to use grids and I wanted to keep everything consistent with in terms of the class names, but I think this double is just stupid. I don't think it makes any sense. Like thinking back and going back now. So, right. What I want to do now is go to all the new call to actions and let's take images of these. Right, so we can have them. Well, we just got to take images so we can take images. So then we can create them here. Save. We can probably hide that one. Export. We're going to call this call to action 7. Just keep it on the desktop for now. I think it's fine. Call to action 8. All right. Export. Call to action 8. All right. 9. Oh, I didn't see the size, file size. There we go. CTA 9. CTA 10. Yeah, screenshot. What am I doing here? Paste. Did I not? I was taking a screenshot, wasn't I? Oh my goodness, I totally zoned out. Okay. right. And paste. There we go. Jeez. All right, center that. Guess we're gonna have to hide some of these ones underneath here. Call to action 11. What's the difference here? Oh, right side, left side. Got it. Shrink. Screenshot. Export. CTA 12. The glamorous life of a Webflow component creator. Copy, paste, rinse, repeat ad nauseum. Well, that's okay. Once we get this is always the boring part, and then we could start bringing it in and publishing things, which is nice. Okay. What do we got there? That's the subscribe, call to action. Paste it in here. Yeah, taking screenshots is like the worst thing to do. Export CTA 13. How many did we make in total? 16. Okay, not bad. And screenshot. And I worry a little bit that I'm not being consistent with how I'm taking the screenshots. So we're going to have to see how everything's going to turn out here. What I mean by consistency is the placement of the width of the actual window that I'm taking the screenshot, so I can make sure that each image that I'm taking is going to be roughly the right proportions. These super nitpicky stuff, but you want to make sure that the stuff's consistent. Call to action 15. This port list size is 1,000 pixels. I was thinking maybe it's 1,200 before, but I should write this down and have a standard operating procedure for this. Especially if once I bring on somebody else to the company, and if they're going to be working on components, want to make sure that we have these standard operating procedures written down somewhere. Just makes sense. Export, call to action 15, and one more image to take. And duplicate, screenshot. And paste. And maybe let's hide this one below. Okay, now that that boring stuff's out of the way, let's put this all into pixel pieces. So we go into our components here. Let's go into our component categories and our call to actions. We've gone from 6 to 16. So we'll save that. So that gives us an extra 10. So if we go to components, or sorry, statistics, number of components is 136. So we'll save that. And now let's go to all of our components. And we know we have some call to actions here. So let's just, yeah, so it's 500, 505. Right. That's 500, 505. Okay. So we're just going to have to duplicate this. So let's, I guess let's even just start here. New component. Call to action 7. Uh, 506. Thumbnail. We can go in here. We can drag everything that we were doing. Call to action 7. Frame URL. Call to action 7. I'm going to bring this over just so I can kind of split screen it, just so I can see for me what these things look like. These things. Right. Okay. This one is very similar to call to action 2. So let's go call to action 2. Copy that. All right, we got 30 REMs for the iframe height. Description. Section. With 2 custom buttons and content right aligned. Right aligned. And we need the code as well. So the code, now let's bring this back here so you guys can see. So again, we got to go call to action. No, we're already on right page. Let's undo this. So call to action 7. Button, everything looks good. So I'm going to copy this, go back here, go back, paste, copy, and add the code. All right. That is 1 down, 9 to go. Call to action 8. Call to action 507. Iframe height. Oh no. Iframe 8, right? X. How do I? X. Frame URL is what we're looking for. Call to action 8. I guess if I look at the thumbnail, I can see what it looks like. All right. So this is a left aligned call to action with a first name and email address subscribe form. And let's go back here. So we'll call to action 8. Copy and paste. Copy and paste. What should the sort order be? Or the height. I guess we'll go with kind of what they have for what we have for this one at 40 REMs. That should be good. So call to action 9. Sort order. Well, we want them in numerical order. So 508 is the next one. Image. This is a 2-column call to action with full subscribe form on the left and an image on the right. Image displays on the top on mobile devices. All right. iframe URL, call to action 9. And this height actually is interesting. I don't know what it should be. It should be high enough anyways. Call to action 9. So if we can kind of go here, we can kind of see what the height is. Kind of at the max. If we go here, does it show? Well, if we inspect the element. What height were we at? Ugh, I just saw it. It's about 884. So 900 divided by 16, well, 56. So if we go 60 REM, that should be good. We'll see. Call to action 9. Right. Copy. And paste. Copy. Paste. We just take a quick look. Let's go to our individual components page. And let's go call to action 9. Oh, it's not published. Well, I guess we can just publish this real quick. All right. Everything looks like it displays and it fits. Ooh, might want to give it just a little bit more space. It's pretty tight. Pretty tight there. I'll go 65. Okay. Let's copy that. Call to action. Whoops. Action 10. Oop. Uh, 10. So 509. The same thing. 65. Call to action 10. Copy, paste, copy, and paste. Just going to create that one because it's going to be the same thing here. Copy. On the right, and an image on the left. All right. Okay. New component. Call to action 11. 5, 10. So this is going to be basically the same as this one. 2-column call to action. With a basic subscribe form on the right, and an image on the left. Right. Call to action 11. Copy, paste. Get that JSON object, copy it, and paste into here. This one, just 60 RM, I think would be nice. That'll work well. $505, yeah. Copy the URL. Perfect. Call to action 12. 5, 11. Oh. 60. Let's get the code first. Did not copy that one correctly. Oh, no, I have a problem. This is not renamed appropriately. There we go. I just saw that in the code. And paste. All right, we're at 12. 11 and 12 is the same, except they're just reversed. On the left. image on the right. Wait, this is 12? No, I think I have that reversed. Yeah, that's 12. This is 11. I got this one wrong. Left an image on the right. Okay. Call to action 13. 5, 12. This one not very big, I don't think. Not very tall. We'll go with 30. And description. Call to action with centered heading and subheading with subscribe form, centered heading, subheading, and subscribe form with name and email fields. Call to action 13. Oh. Copy. Copy. Shoot. Let's put this here. Let's go. Shoot. I got rid of it. It's not in my clipboard anymore. Paste. Copy. Paste. Okay. Call to action 14. 5:13. Let's go 30. What do we have for the other call to actions? Oh, I have to go back a little bit more. 30 should be good. And this one is centered call to action with simple email subscribe form. And I think this is 14 we're looking for. here, copy. Copy. Paste. And save. Is that right? Do I have that? Yeah, no, that's good. Going crazy. Let's copy this. It's like so much copy paste. You just gotta kind of be alert to make sure that I'm not copying things the wrong way. But of course, we'll test everything to make sure everything is on the up and up. And we don't paste the wrong components to the wrong, item. To action 15. Frame URL. 30 REM. Let's have a look. Oh, I wonder if 30 is going to be enough. It should be. Well, we'll see. We'll find out. Centered call to action with subscribe form. That is center aligned call to action with vertically aligned subscribe form with a vertically aligned subscribe form, right? So stacked. It's, yeah, I think that's the right definition. 15. Copy. Copy. Paste. That has name and email input fields. Last one. Well, for today anyways. 5:15. Third unsubscribe form. And simple subscribe form with an email input field. Oop. And paste. Let's create that. Something's not aligned right. Call the action. Call to action. No redirect. Don't worry. It's fine. Seven, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 12, 11, 10. Okay, everything looks to be in order. refresh that for a second. To make sure everything has enough space. So this one doesn't. Call to action 15. Maybe 40. I don't know if that would be too much. Yeah, it's way too much. So, split the difference at 35. Call to action. Yeah, got enough space there. 13. Yeah, 13 needs to go up. 12. Yeah, 12 is fine how it is. Same thing with 11. Yeah, 10 is good. Yeah, 9 is going to be good. This one could actually go down quite a bit. 8 and 7 could go down quite a bit. No, 20. There's also one that I know needed to go higher. Which one was that? Oh, there's something a little bit off with this one. Yeah, look at that text. Call to action 7. We need to make sure that the text is also left aligned. There we go. Copy that. This is for, excuse me, component 7. Oh my goodness. Oh, it must be Pizza Friday. All right, let's go back here. Call to action 10. No. I think maybe it was 13. Yeah, 13 needs to go higher. So let's go to our collection, components, 13. Let's make that 35. Okay. So I think that's looking good with all of our components. We actually go to our component categories and let's go to call to action. Yeah, these images look pretty good. They look pretty consistent. So that's good. Yeah. Okay. And if we look call to action 16, yeah, we got all the right numbers. So let's give this a publish. And let's, of course, get ready to cut and paste to make sure everything is on the up and up. All right, we are published. So let's refresh this. And we got all of them. Okay. So call to action 7. We have issues here again. Call to action 7. Looks good. 8. This one feels a little bit silly, to be honest. And then where's the opposite one, where it's on the left, kind of like this one. Number 9. Number 10. Got that one reversed. Number 11. It's just a smaller subscribe form. Or it just has the name or the email address. And that one reversed. Looking good. Just go in here just to make sure it's still working from this spot as well. 13, 14. 15 and 16. All looking good. All looking good. All right. So, where are we in Piixel? So now we're up to 136 components in our library. A whole lot more to do. I think should try to set maybe some type of goal. Like maybe by the end of the summer, we could be at like 500 components or something like that, and just keep working and keep plugging away to get a little bit higher. Maybe even at least 250, something that sounds like a really nice, solid number, I guess you can say. So let's just go over to our site here. Let's go onto our pricing page. So we can update this to over 135 components. And how many free components do we have? If we take a look at what we put in there, can we put, is freemium. So can we sort by is freemium? It's not sort of, there it goes. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. 26 free of them right now. Okay, well, it's an odd number, but we'll keep it at 26 for now, and then whatever we ended up settling in, 30, 40, I'm not sure. Let's Go to pricing. Access to 26 components. And 2 issues to improve. Duplicate IDs. That's not good. Frequently asked question and answer. So which one's the duplicate? Right here. That's not good. So if we go here, let's go, can we log out? Let's go to pricing. So this is going to be, it's still working. Interesting. So I'll make sure I don't reuse something that's already used. 6, 7. So I guess we need to go to 8 maybe. Maybe this one we can do 5, or we can do 8. 8. This needs to be answer. Answer 8. There we go. Oh, no, it's labeled by. No. Right. So I think that's still good. It's labeled by question 8. Okay. Publish this. Yeah, that resolved that issue. Oh my goodness, it's already 2 o'clock. And refresh. Yeah, everything's still looking good. Perfect. And if we go to the components page where you can peruse, and there's one feature right now. We'll have more of those. And if we go to call to action, we got a bunch more. Ugh, we gotta get them in order. Yeah, the same problem here as well too. That's okay. Okay. Right. So I think we're good. I think I'm gonna call it there for today. So thank you so much for joining. Thank you for watching. It is Pizza Friday, of course, which means gonna go have some pizza today, spend some time with the family, kind of take the Friday afternoon off. Well, I don't know. I got a couple more hours to work. I don't know, but definitely spend the night with the family. So hopefully you can take some time to enjoy, get away from the computer, take time to smell the roses, enjoy life, and get back to the grind, I guess, the next day. So as for me, I won't be back here until Monday because I just don't live stream on Saturdays and Sundays. Still working though. So we'll be back on Monday with, I'm not sure what we're going to be doing, but it'll definitely be a brand new stream. All right, guys, have a great weekend and we'll see you on Monday.